Hi Taurus, this is your reading for July. I've already drawn the cards, so I'm just going to jump straight into this. I've got a white light oracle. I'm going to pull one of those, and the spirit guide, I'm going to pull one of those as well, animal spirit. So underlying energy for the read is the Seven of Pentacles. That's a time of kind of rest and recuperation. It's well done you. You know, you've got 6 coins there balancing against the list. You've got another one waiting to harvest. So it's about being in a great place at the moment, but just take a pause. It's all about to kick off again. So this is where you're going to find yourself. We've got a great card in the middle, which is the King of Pentacles. That's a real kind of entrepreneur card, very much making your own future. You know, he's got the hammer in one hand. He's pointing at the stuff that he's made. Those antlers above his head stand for stamina and tenacity. I always thought it should be reindeer names, shouldn't they? Stamina and tenacity. Tenacity is such a great word. You know, someone who's really tenacious, just will not give up. I mean, it's very Taurian, isn't it? You know, that kind of bullish, I am going to do this. There's communication coming in at the beginning of the month. It's going to come in. It's fast. There's lots of it. This day and age tend to be emails, but it could be a more traditional way. But definitely something coming in. A little bit of a warning here. There's actually 6 coins on that card, 3 bright and shiny ones and 3 broken, dirty and ignored. And if that was money, you know, and that each one of those gold coins was worth $1,000, you've got $3,000 that's working for you and $3,000 under the mattress getting nibbled on by mice. It's just no use, you know. So just be careful. There's an imbalance going on. You've got to work out what that imbalance is. Are you... One of the good examples I use is, you know, if you go out on a Friday night with your mates and then you get hungover and just lie in bed all Sunday so your family don't get to see you, that's wrong. You know, you need to find the balance of, yeah, go out with your mates, but don't forget to not drink too much so you can spend the time with, you know, the family on the Sunday and get the best of both worlds. Regardless of that, though, I mean, you find yourself, you know, the early part of the month, 10 of Pentacles, great. If it's to do with money, it's fantastic. It's about generational stability. It's about that. You know, when I say always do what you've always done, you always get what you always got. That's the one card that should apply to, because whatever you're doing it so well. So if you were, you know, it's like, oh, I've started doing a side hustle and it's bringing me in $1,000 a month. Great. You know, that's what it should be doing, and well done you. And, you know, so it's that kind of energy. Whatever's working for you, keep doing it because it's going to keep working for you. Simple as. In the middle of the month, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. So this is a brand new start. This is a roll your sleeves up and get on with it kind of start. Lots of lovely pentacle energy here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. That's nice to see. But this is, you know, there's a mountain here. Mountains can be obstacles or achievements. You're on top of the mountain, so clearly it's an achievement. So you're already part way down the process, or the the blueprint's been done, the groundwork's been laid. You know, hammer and axe there. It's like real hands-on implements to do the job. Pentacles are all about, you know, roll your sleeves up and creating it yourself, and create it you do. There's a fantastic harvest there. So yeah, it's a very good time. It's a very good start. Materially, it's very well considered. So yeah, happy days there. King of Pentacles we've already talked about, with his stamina, tenacity, real kind of, he's not showy, he's not on a flashy throne, and he's not wearing flashy clothes. It's just like, this is what I wear when I get this stuff done. You got a warning at the top here, Taurus. I don't think this is you, but this is the 7 of Swords. This is someone being deceitful. Now, people try and spin it in a nice way and say, well, in a more traditional reading, it's someone running away from an enemy camp with their swords. So you could argue that they were taking the swords away, so in the morning they can't fight, they surrender, and you know, it's a bloodless coup, right? I'm not sure I really follow that. I prefer this version. I think the biggest sword is reserved for the rat, the traitor. And like I say, I don't think that's you, Taurus. Just be careful. There's some gossip mongering or something being said, or some, I mean, they call it the cloak and dagger card. So yeah, there's some cloak and dagger stuff going on there. And then the end of the month is fantastic, you know, having ignored all that cloak and dagger nonsense, because, you know, what was that? Patrick Duffy, not Patrick Duffy, he was a man from Atlantis. Oh, Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze was in a movie called Roadhouse, and he's the new bouncer that moves into this rough pub, rough bar in America, isn't it? And they said, he said, you know, don't get upset when they say something to you. And one guy said, well, what if the guy calls my mother a whore? And the guy, Patrick Swayze, just turned around and went, is she? And I thought that was brilliant. If she is, then the guy's just telling the truth. And if she isn't, then he's not telling the truth, so it doesn't matter. So why are you getting offended? You know, if someone calls me bald, I just go, brilliant, you've got good eyesight. You know, it's the truth. I can't change it. Well, I could get a wig or put a hat on, but what's the point of that? You know, be honest and authentic, you'll be fine. And that's a good phrase to use down here. So towards the end of the month, you start off with the moon card. Moon card is, the good thing about moon card is there's untapped potential energy. And I think that ties in beautifully with this. Be your authentic self. Know what it is you want. You know, do you know where you want to be in 5 years' time? Are you with the same partner in 5 years' time? What does your life look like? Are you in a job? Have you retired? Where do you live? You know, all those things help the universe to kind of steer you in the right direction. And it could be the universe has a plan and it goes, no, you're not going to go that way. We've got a plan for you to be prime minister or president or king or whatever. Oh, okay then, yeah. So be authentic and open and honest about what it is that you want, and then it'll be provided for you. The moon card talks about, like I say, unlimited potential, but it also talks about, you know, be careful of gossip, you know, look for signs and portents and this water cooler gossip going on up there. But the good news is, at the end of the month, this just explodes like a rocket ship into the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Swords is a new start, but with real intelligence and headspace behind it. You've really thought about what you want this new start to be. You align that directly with the Ace of Wands, which is the ace of passion and enthusiasm, and that's like, personally, I think this is probably the best two ace combination you can have. You know, you've got that Ace of Swords, which is like, this is what I want, this is how I'm going to do it. And the Ace of Wands is real passion and enthusiasm. I don't know about you, but, you know, anybody who does anything with enthusiasm normally does well. I always think of Richard Branson, you know, every time he has a new adventure, a new company or, a new something, it's like Christmas Day. He's like, I can't wait to tell you about how good this is. And he just carries you along with his enthusiasm and vigour. On top of the generational stability, we've got the Three of Swords. You know, if you've hurt somebody, go and apologise. If they've hurt you, heal from it and move on. That's all we need to say about that card. This is the Nightmare card. On top of the imbalance card here, get out your own head. You know, our worst enemy is ourselves. You know, you would be far richer, far happier, far more settled if you didn't listen to yourself. You're your worst critic. Yeah, you need to park that nonsense. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, coming in again. That ties in nicely. The page and the king is a sort of, the page has the enthusiasm for the new idea. Yeah, so the page is all about, come on, jump in with both feet. Three of Wands on top of the ace is your ships coming in. So yeah, it's a successful venture. Your Ace of Pentacles works really well. Successful venture. Knight of Pentacles on top of the entrepreneur. So he's going hell for leather, you know, chucking these ideas out, chucking all this money out, you know, really going for it, really creating. And then you come along with the Knight of Pentacles and slows it down a little bit. You know, it's a bit more of a thoughtful. If you look at the knights, normally the Knight of Pentacles, their horse is almost static, it's almost stopped, whereas the other knights are all quite charging in. So just be careful of that energy. It's slowing down the entrepreneur side a little bit. Yeah, the Lovers, there's some kind of trial. Someone gets found out. There's a bit of frisson and a bit of, you know, someone has a word. I think you have to have a word with this person. That's what that is to me. It's like, can you stop saying that about me? It's not true. Or if it is true, put it in an email so everyone can see it. Stop whispering it. I think that's a really good thing. You know, if you're not prepared to put it in an email and read it out in front of the board of directors. You shouldn't be saying it. You know, you really shouldn't. You'd be surprised how little people would say. The moon card, we've got justice on top of that. So again, in the cold light of day, when the moon has gone, did you do the right thing? Were you the better person? You know, you broke somebody's heart. Did you apologise? There's nothing wrong with breaking people's hearts. I know that sounds really horrible, but I've been through the ringer myself on both sides of the fence. And once you get over the initial heartbreak, you kind of go, do you know what? They're happily married with 2 kids. I was never going to stay with that person. They did the right thing. Yeah. So why wouldn't you let them go? Why, instead of having another, not even 3 years of misery? You know, you can be in a relationship with someone and it's a good solid 6 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you're going to settle for that. But most people go, no, I want a 10 out of 10. You know, that's what I've got now, by the way. So when my first wife left me, it was a tough old time. She's still with the person she left me for. That was, blimey, 20 years ago, something like that. I don't know. I know I started doing this when I was 6. Yeah. But yeah, that sounds really odd. I wasn't married at 6. I'm only joking. I'm quite old. So yeah, my first wife left me. It was horrible. She's still with her soulmate, the person she left me for. So it was the right thing to do, you know. So it's just that. So in the cold light of day, did you do the right thing? 8 of Swords. Yeah, this is kind of holding yourself back. There's a couple of these cards here. The Knight is slowing down the entrepreneur, and the 8 of Swords is slowing down the Ace. Just kick those in the butt, Taurus. You know, if you've got an idea, it's ready to go. Ace of Swords. So you've got 4 aces on deck here out of a possible 8. So the Ace of Swords has come up twice. So as we cover off the 8 of Swords with the Ace of Swords with the 8 of Swords, the Ace of Swords comes back again, and it's on top of an ace. Very definitely a new start at the end of the month, Taurus. It's going to be really good for you guys. Well, the readings so far have all been fairly run-of-the-mill. July, I think a lot of people are away in July, you know, trying to catch up with your mates, go, well, I can't, I'm on holiday, and then my wife's off, and so it's all a bit, I don't know, the roads seem quieter, you know, COVID's on the rise again, blah, blah, blah. You know, everything just seems to be just calming down a little bit. Let's see what you've got here. Seahorse spirit, watch and wait. Okay, ties in with the July thing I just talked about, I suppose. Pardon me. I'm going to have to read straight out of the book for this. I only got this book 3 days ago, 5 days ago, I can't remember. And you're like the 6th, 7th time I've turned a card over. So I have no idea what this means. Bastet of 174 hertz. No idea. 13, is that a lucky number for you guys? Shall we find out? Let's see what it says. It says, you've been moving so fast for so long, you've not realised how wound up you've become. Gently unwind now to drop into a deeper, slower, healing rhythm, and you will restore your body, mind and soul. Things which seem too difficult right now shall soon seem very manageable and even pleasurable to accomplish. So there you go, Taurus. That's what that says about you. The rest of the reading I understood a lot better. 4 aces, but Ace of Swords twice. Let's get this party started. Have a great July. I will see you on Wednesday for your general read. Take care.